Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Hold the Ball, HTB. Hope you guys are well. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it very much. If you're new, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. But in saying that, I hope you're well. Hopefully your week is good. And if it's not, allow me to cheer you up. In saying that, I generally do hope you're well, for sure. But you well, take care of yourself. I think it's really important. You just never know when you need to, right? Self-care is important. But anyway, I digress. We have the Roosters hosting the Warriors on a Sunday arvo over at the SCG in a game that I think many will be probably tipping the Roosters to win. But in saying that as well, we'll be talking about the squad, 5 key players to look out for, strengths and weaknesses we have as the Warriors, predictions as well as a conclusion. So without further ado, hit that intro. Thanks again, guys, for joining in. Yes, that's right. The Warriors are now 3 wins in a row, looking down the barrel of a potential 4th win. It feels a lot better to say that as opposed to 3 losses, looking down the barrel of 4. All right. In the last couple of games, you could argue and say that Warriors haven't been playing their best footy, which is true. I don't think there's anything that stands out in terms of the Warriors, really, apart from the fact that we defend, but still teams like the Cowboys were able to rack up points, and prior to the Broncos, the Tigers, errors and stuff like that, I think are still aplenty. But in saying that, there is much to talk about, so we'll get into it. All right, so I'm going to be doing 1 to the end of the reserves there, so we'll go for it. Fullbacks, he's Reece Walsh. The wings are Dylan Watene-Selesnik, as well as Gossi and Dylan Watene-Selesnik returns. Jesse Arthurs, as well as Pompey, headline the centres. The halves see Shinaharis Tavita, as well as Sean Johnson playing. And the props are Adam Fanor-Blake, as well as Matt Lodge, Adam Fanor-Blake being captain. The hawker is Wade Egan. Second rows are Ewan Aiken as well as Bailey Cernan. And the lock is Josh Curran. The bench is Nukurima, Afua, Bene as well as Katoa playing. And the reserves are Vailea, Pedersen Ropati, Berry, Kina Kepu, Ratuva, Lingi Kepu, as well as Daniela Otukolu. My thoughts on the squad overall, look, it's a Warriors squad, right? Granted, it's actually good to see a spine there again for the 3rd week in a row. I'm actually surprised at the omission of Murchie for obvious reason. I thought he actually played well last week, and for him to be dropped, obviously Katoa comes back. It's actually quite surprising. Many people are probably scratching their head saying Cernan should be dropped, but alas, it's not meant to be. Murchie is either sick, or I don't know, for some reason Brown just thought Cernan played better, which, hey, fair enough, it is what it is. Give me your thoughts on that one there. Look, I'm happy with Dylan Watene-Selesnik coming back. He'll bring that, experience. And again, we just need a good tackle runner, a good runner, a good tackler, sorry. And somebody who actually just knows how to, eat a few meters, which is what I think we need definitely as a collective. Wade Egan in there, it's good. You got Nikorima, who will probably be interchanging. But yeah, overall, the squad is a good squad. And again, you've got Pompey in there, who I think, I'm pretty mixed on him personally. Edward Gossi as well, to be honest with you guys. And Cernan. I think those are probably the 3 main players there that I'm sort of 50-50 on. Besides that, though, it's a good squad nonetheless. So, we'll just have to wait and see what they can produce. So, yeah, the 5 key players for me, I want to be doing the Warriors first, and I'll be touching the Roosters. So, for me, I've got Reece Walsh. In terms of the attack, we really, and I've talked about this over the course of the week, we really need to inject them more, I think, earlier on. Particularly when there's a lot of ad-lib play happening, especially when the defense is scattered. I think Reece Walsh as well does really well. I wanted to see him implemented really early. I think that'll be a very good thing for us if that happens. Another player as well I've got down to Sean Johnson. His kicking game is going to be very vital for us. That experience, the passing. You're just hoping that he can rub out the errors from last week. Adam Fanor-Blake in terms of running will be pivotal. Matt Lodge as well. I see them both as being the anchors they're going to have to be, because this is a very big, dominant, strong Roosters pack, and they're definitely on the momentum here. So, yeah, it's a team we definitely need to buckle up against. And last but not least, I have Josh Curran. Look, Josh Curran, what can he not do? Tackling machine, running machine, scoring machine. He does it all for us, and again, will be another vital player for our campaign heading into this week. For the Roosters, I've got Penton, James Tedesco. What do I need to say about him? He's a very experienced player, very tricky player to handle, strong, robust, fast, agile, the captain. When he gets going, the players rally around him really well. So we're going to have to see what happens, I think, anyway. But he's definitely one player to watch, I think. Daniel Tupou is another one as well. Granted, in the air, he's going to be matching up against Edward Gossi. I'm not sure how this goes for us. I'm not looking forward to this matchup. In particular, he's a very confident ball handler in the air. Agile, tall, long, strong. Man, going to watch out for him, for sure. Another person as well is Joseph Manu. Now, Joseph Manu has had an up and down game, but as of recent, he's been a very, very good player. He's going to be slicing and dicing, you know what I mean? So he'll be up against Jesse Arthurs there, and it's so vital to shut him down. Just Arthurs hasn't been doing too bad defensively, but obviously someone like Manu is a whole different, player. So again, going to have to try and nullify him for sure. Luke Carey, I think as well, he's a player who's on the up. Granted, I see him as a player who wants to get better. And when you have those type of players, they're not really ones to be messing with, I don't think, anyway, particularly when you're versing him. He's going to be looking to, do some passes, do some kicks, but hone that game that he has, that skill. We're going to just be very, very careful there. Another player, last in particular as well, is Jared White-Hargreaves. We all love him, right? The Kiwi enforcer, but for the Roosters, he's just an absolute brute. Puts his body in line for the boys there, and loves muscling up against the Warriors. But in saying that, we're just going to have to nullify him quick, because the more aggro, the more aggressive, the more pumped up he gets, the boys around them just do the same. So we need to cut that off very strong, I think, anyway. So yeah, guys, we head into the strengths and weaknesses. Look, I've already got it here. So again, three from each. So the strengths of the Warriors, I think, is our spine. Thankfully, I mentioned it before, we have our spine there for the third week in a row. Can it grow into something? Can it sort of manifest into something? You hope it can. Obviously, with Sean Johnson as well, Shanaris Tavita, who played an excellent game last week. You just want to see the same sort of game from him. A lot of heart, a lot of a lot of persistence, aggression, which was perfect to see. Again, with Sean Johnson, I touched on it earlier. Hopefully he can sort of rub out those errors in his game that he likes to bring, particularly against the Cowboys. Unfortunately, it was sort of like the type of errors we didn't need. And unfortunately, yeah, he did bring him, but thankfully we got the cookies there at the end. Reece Walsh as well. I've mentioned him before, and I'll mention him again. The flair, just the ad-lib, just the alertness, the awareness, just so good at what he does, that craft. But he needs to be injected very, very early in the game. You can't have Walsh being quiet as the game, sort of flows. I believe he's a confidence player, and he's definitely a momentum player, and definitely rise when you add him more. So I'm really hoping that they can this week, but it's good to see the spine there. And obviously, again, with Wade Egan there. Another point as well to our strengths for us to utilize is Sean Johnson's kicking game, or even Shanaris Tavita's, right? 40-20s, drop, kicks and, dropouts, things like that. We just got to have to try and make sure that we force the Roosters to play a game that works for us. Easier said than done, but you get my point. Another thing as well is our defense. Now, granted, against the Cowboys, you can argue and say it was non-existent, but there were times there when we were up against it at our own line, and we did actually hold them. We did a lot of tackling sets as well, and we were just there. Granted, we let in a few tries, like I said, but you can't really complain when you get the win. However, in saying that, against the Roosters, we're just going to have to be a lot better. And again, just quickly, some of the weaknesses for the errors. Some of the weaknesses for the Warriors. Errors aren't too good. We just need to clean up. It's funny, but against the really good teams, they'll just punish you. Like, it'll be try after try after try after try. And the next thing you know, you're sitting back with your hands behind your head just thinking, what on earth is going on? All right. We need our forwards as well to make more meters. I just think generally our forward meters last week were poor. And I think that's collectively. Sure, there were some that put their hands up, but I mean, from props, we just need more. Matt Lodge especially. You can't be having people like Curran or, Sirenen nearly outrunning you. It just doesn't make sense. We need them as our anchor, as our go forward, and they need to produce in particular. And our four coming off the bench is good. Nick Penne as well. We just need those things to sort of gel, but we need more meters from our forwards. And that includes, Wade Egan, Nikorima as well. Obviously Gato comes to add a bit of a punch, but you get my point there. Last thing as well is, I think another weakness, and I'll mention it, is I just think we need an attacking hooker. Someone like Nikorima was good in spurts, but we just need, I'm just hoping that Egan can have an attacking game. Again, a lot easier said than done, but you get my point. He just needs to be there. Right, guys, we come to the prediction part, and if you're like me, you're probably worried here. Look, obviously, the Roosters are a strong team. They're stronger than us, and they've had the wood over us for quite some time. It's been a few years since we've actually beaten them. I think the last time we beat them was 2018, I think, if I'm not wrong. And look, we come into this game here as the underdogs. Absolutely, hey, it makes sense, right? Just because we've had 3 wins doesn't mean it's been against good quality, but still, a win is a win is a win. Heading into this game here again, Sunday Arvo over there in New South Wales. You can argue and say that probably it isn't a good hunting ground for the Warriors. But in saying that, I think if we do utilize what we have, if we do what we have, we can sort of come out there, even if it is a grind, right? If it's a grind, if we can lower them to grind it out, we can do something. But if we let them get away with a lot of runs, a lot of that ad-lib play that they're really good at doing, but then they're very structured too. So if they do that stuff there, we're in for a lot of trouble. So I'm hoping we can close that down for sure, because we'll need to, absolutely. But yeah, looking at the predictions here, look, I want to be optimistic here, all right? I want to put on my optimistic hat. I'm done with being a pessimist or realist. You've seen my videos in the past last year where I've basically hammered it down and said the Warriors ain't going to win, and unfortunately it's been the case. I want to put on the hat here and say that Warriors can. Now, granted, I'm being more of a fan as opposed to, thinking more as a fan as opposed to thinking more in my head. But in saying that, oh well, it is what it is, right? I think the Roosters will score, I think it would be 12 points. I think they'll get 12 points, and I think the Warriors will get 22. That's right. Look, it sounds silly, and to be fair with you, I don't blame you if you don't believe me, to be fair, because I think this is probably a game where the Roosters will probably take it. But in saying that, you can't go wrong. They're just having a bit of faith in the boys. They're wearing their heritage jersey as well. Can they sort of get a bit of spice from that, a bit of that mana, a bit of that strength? Hopefully we can, but we have to wait and see. And the conclusion, look, it's a game where the odds are stacked against us. The reality is we probably have no right to win this game. The way we've been playing, we don't. We're probably lucky to get away with it. But in saying that, we look down the barrel and we have 3 wins. And if we beat them, that's 4 wins in a row. The Warriors of old, in terms of the heritage jersey, heritage round, heritage year, 2002 that is, you would have been very confident, but against a different year. Looking at this, I just really want to say that I just hope the boys really get the basics right. Keep the areas to a minimum. Run hard. There's going to be a forward battle. You've got the likes of, Butcher there, Tupou, Radley as well. You got Collins in there as well. These are really big names. And I haven't even really touched on Walker as well, right? So you got to watch out for him. You got the likes of Naikama. You got the likes of Momorovsky. Overall it's a good team, and their bench as well, Watson, Baker, Crichton, as well as Taukei'ao. Again, just a very formidable squad. In saying that though, sometimes you just got to throw something in the air and just hope it works, and I think I'm doing it here. I'm going to back the boys. I'm pretty, stuff it. I think we will. Why not? Because it's, come on. We got to move on. We got to move up, and I think we can. In saying that though, tell me what you think. Perhaps I'm the only optimist in the room, but I don't think I am. I'm sure some of you may agree, but if you disagree, tell me again. Like I said, I say this somewhat with a bit of reluctance, but in saying that, I am going to back the boys here. Why not? Why not? But in saying that, tell me what your thoughts are. Thanks again, guys, for watching. I appreciate it very much. And if you're new, like I said, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff there. But yeah, as for the Warriors, well, hey, if you want to win, what did you do? Hold the ball. Take it easy. See you guys next time.